So I've been testing this new AI software called Instant AI to see if it could actually help us build email flows and campaigns faster without sacrificing performance. And to be honest, the results have surprised me. For one client, we've generated nearly $50,000 in additional revenue, and another smaller client, we're close to $1,000, both from flows and campaigns created all by AI. But here's the thing. It doesn't work equally for everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you and break down where Instant AI works incredibly well, where it doesn't, and how I'd actually use it as part of your retention strategy. So let's dive in. Okay, so why does this matter? The challenge most email marketers and DTC brand owners face while while in email marketing is that most people believe that AI-generated flows and campaigns are too generic. They lack the personal trust that drives conversions, and basically it's a big bottleneck when it comes to onboarding new clients, especially from an agency point of view, who, as a brand, need quick, immediate results from their email marketing. I put together this test as a way to answer one crucial question, which is, can AI create profitable emails faster than traditional human-led approaches? Okay. Now, how does this AI work? First of all, everything inside the tool is pre-built. You have pre-built flows, pre-built campaigns, which means your weekly newsletters, abandoned cart checkout, browse, post-purchase sequences, and even like some flows which you may not have, like the abandoned collection flow, even a site abandonment flow, all ready to deploy. Literally a click on button. It's one click setup, as mentioned just now. AI powered content as well. So everything is AI. It pulls everything directly from your Shopify store, including your tone of voice. And then it generates things like subject lines, email copy, and even product recommendation blocks like dynamic blocks similar to Klaviyo that are tailored to your product catalog. So the clients we tested this on, so far we've tested it on 2 clients. One is a high traffic health and wellness DTC brand. The exact figures are we've generated around $40,677.22 through automated flows and one campaign in 30 to 40 days. This brand has a lot of monthly traffic. They have a full established product catalog, and already as a brand, they have a strong conversion infrastructure, even without implementing this AI software. Client B is a lot smaller. It's a smaller brand, which has just began to ramp up on email marketing, and literally in the last couple of months. And we've generated close to 1,000. We're currently at $628 when I'm recording this video, in the initial 2-week testing period, with flows and campaigns that weren't previously being sent out or created in Klaviyo. They have a smaller audience base. They are growing with their online presence, starting to get more traffic, but it's slow. It's a slower progress. And they have the same flow structures as client A. And like I said, both clients have identical flow structures and set up processes. So I wanted to create a controlled environment to make sure that when we're measuring AI, we can do it at different scales. And what we actually found is that, first of all, traffic really drives results. The more emails we can send out, the more volume of emails we can send out, the more sessions that are triggered with flows, the more revenue opportunities there are. So if you're a high traffic brand, this could be something perfect for you. Second of all, ROI across all sizes. So basically, it doesn't matter if they're a small or a large brand, both brands achieved a really good positive ROI. Like I said, the difference lies in the volume, not its effectiveness. The system works regardless of scale. But the sweet spot is brands with at least 20,000 plus monthly sessions. I'd even go more towards 50, 60,000 monthly sessions, see the most impact. Those smaller brands still benefit from time savings and consistent engagement. So I'm going to show you now what the use cases are and what we've used it in. So first of all, we dive into the flows. Okay. So for brand A, we took what was working the best in Klaviyo and then replicated it in Instant. So we had, in this case, our abandoned checkout was our highest performing flow in Klaviyo, and the actual results were quite interesting. They have this nice trial comparison site. Here you can see without instant audiences, which is a different product, which I won't get into today. But actually Instant AI generated just over what we were getting from Klaviyo, just £100 over, so $100 over. So it's not necessarily statistically significant. Instant spoke to me and they told me that they usually expect Instant AI to outperform Klaviyo, and that's why they have this trial comparison. But in this case, the abandoned checkout didn't. And if it did, it was by a very small amount. We actually had reduced traffic from both of those months. So really, they were on par. Now, for this month, they suggested to us to try the browse abandonment flow. And this is where it's really starting to take off. I'm looking at these numbers and I can see that actually they're slightly off because our browse abandonment is one of our strongest performing flows. We roughly it can vary from 10 to 15,000 per month. So we're at 16th of October. We're still a little bit short, but so far comparing it to the previous month, it is outperforming it, which is quite interesting. So far, it's saying 30-day average over the last 6 months, and then 30-day average over 51 days live. So far, the engagement rates are looking better as well at 2%. And again, the revenue is slightly increased. Now, I need to confirm this because we have so many different flows in Klaviyo that are turning off and on all the time. So making sure that they grab the correct flows. But I know specifically with these two flows that these numbers, again, the abandoned checkout is more accurate. The browse abandonment is a little bit undervalued here. So they have a projected thing here, all that kind of stuff, and then some suggestions. But the main thing I wanted to highlight is that without any setup, without any designer involved, without any copywriter involved, without anyone apart from just basically myself, we were able to generate for the abandoned checkout around the same amount that we had done previously, which is really important to highlight, okay? Because this is, again, a lot of DTC brand owners and even agency owners spend a lot of money and resources on hiring designers, copywriters, and these type of things in-house to get these things live. Now, before I go and harp on about how great Instant AI is, I also want to talk about some of the concerns that I have, okay? And from a brand owner's point of view, I know these will be relevant. So first of all, it's the copy. Now, let's see if I can show you an example of some of the emails that have been sent out. So first of all, what I really like, and this is a kind of a wing, is that the subject lines are all personalized depending on what the person and how the person's been interacting with the website. So all the different products in a browse abandonment flow, they're going to get personalized messaging for what they've been browsing, which is cool. Now, I'm going to blur the logo here so you won't see the brand and the logo here, and the product as well. So I can't reveal the brand information. But basically, the simple template is we have the header with our copy that we created and we implemented, and then we have the footer as well, which again we've created with the signature with the logo at the bottom, which again we've implemented as a template. Now, the thing that the AI has done is they've created the dynamic product block for us with the reviews, with the CTA, with the name of the product. So this is dynamic depending on what they've been searching, which is really cool. And because those are things you can't really personalize, say, in an abandonment flow. It's very difficult to do that within Klaviyo. You can obviously you can make what product they viewed a dynamic. You can even add text and say, hey, you looked at this, and this could be again another dynamic text block that populates with what they've been looking at and the product name. But you can't actually tailor the copy based on what it is that they're viewing, right? So this is where I think Instant AI has a really good strength, is it can, especially with abandonments, it can personalize the copy based on what they're viewing, which is very difficult to do. The only thing is it sounds very AI, and people are getting very skeptical and very aware of how AI speaks. So it uses words that are very basic, that aren't very engaging. The things that unlock, discover, like very basic language that feels robotic and AI driven. That's the only kind of downside to the messaging. It's hyper personalized, but it still feels quite like it's been written by AI. So that's an example of the flow. Now let's have a look at the campaign. So when you create a campaign, you click here, create campaign, and it will retrieve all of your collections, all of your products, and you can choose which one you want to use. So say I'm just going to click this one here. Again, we'll blur this all out Fortunately, you can't see the products. Then you want to click create draft. So you can pick bestsellers, you could pick a specific collection that you wanted to highlight. And then once it does that, it will create the email campaign based on that product with the messaging and then with the images. So let's see what it gives us. Okay, so it hasn't used a default template here. It's something that we have to change. So I'll have to change the logo and the header. You can do that very easily. So if you drag in, click image and say click here, you can actually go in and just upload your logo or your header that you usually use in your emails. Again, the copy will all be tailored toward the product that's being highlighted in it, CTAs, and then you'll have also the products, a dynamic block. Now, again, it really does feel super AI when you read this copy. You can actually go in here though and edit it, which is something that I like. You can go in here and be like, okay, I don't like this word, I don't like that word, I don't like this, I don't like that. You can edit it. You can add in your own edits, own text, own testimonials. So what you could do is you can basically, instead of having a designer come in here, someone on the team, on your team or in the agency, if you're working as an agency, someone in the agency can come in and actually go in and edit this toward make it on brand and use the certain style and templates that you have for the brand. So say if this was a sale campaign, you could, again, drag in the image of the header, get this amount off. And then you can also change the copy. You can click edit. I'm sure at some point they'll have AI that you can speak to. So you can be like, edit, prompt the AI, hey, change this to be a sale thing. But right now they don't have it. Yeah. And we sent one of these out. And so far, don't get me wrong, the engagement is quite low. And I think this is because we just sent it out to all of the marketing list. That's the option that it gave me when you create here. It's just all marketing subscribers and all emails. I found out you could actually segment within this by clicking this button. So I'm not going to go over that too much, but if you click here, you can actually segment based on engagement. If you wanted to, you could send it to someone who is more engaged, someone who's engaged in the last 7 days or 30 days. But the results were really interesting. I mean, this took me personally less than 60 seconds to create this email. And again, the click-through rate was a little bit low, but the conversions were really good. I mean, 277, it's definitely below average for our campaigns. Campaigns average around 26 to 29 that we send out. And also click-through rate is closer to 1%. But again, I think with a little bit of segmentation and a little bit of segmentation and then a play on some of the messaging, we could improve this campaign. And that's something that I'm going to test next. All right. So the other thing, I've already talked about campaigns. I just want to show you the other brands so you can see from a smaller point of view is, again, realistically, it's a lot smaller lists. It's around 8,000 emails. We actually only had one conversion come through. Again, 177. So it's definitely below our usual campaigns. But again, it took 60 seconds or less to create. And flows so far, actually, we've been just using flows that we don't have live in Klaviyo so far. It was a new brand, so we wanted to get things live quickly and just to generate revenue whilst we work on these things internally. So the abandoned cart, abandoned collection. Abandoned collection is actually doing really well. Likelihood is we may keep this inside of Instant and then use the abandoned cart, just create it ourselves. But so far the collection is doing, 7 conversions, 364 emails, 3% click-through rate, 1.9% conversion rate. So definitely looking good. And again, this is it. It's like the way I like to see Instant, and I'll get onto this point now. So how I would use AI in general with email is I wouldn't use it for everything, okay? I would let Instant AI generate like the foundational structure, copy, maybe some product auto recommendations automatically. Make sure we're customizing the templates as much as possible. I wanted to do a raw test with just to see what it looks like when we just do the logo and the footer. But going forward, I would definitely have more customization inside of it. I would definitely do more editing. I won't just go with the messaging it gives me. I'll make sure to edit it. And again, when you start going down this route, it's important to know that it takes more time. And the point of AI, in my opinion, is it's supposed to reduce the effort and time and resources that we put into it. So I the more I'm going down, okay, I need to edit this, I need to edit this, I'm thinking to myself, well, I could just do that in Klaviyo, right? And I could just get it sorted from the beginning. So I'm interested to know where it will go to the point where I don't have to make that many edits. But right now, I feel like we have to change quite a few things. Okay, so I got a little bit distracted, but the final point is if you're going to implement this or any AI software always make sure you're running A/B tests with what you're currently doing in your email marketing, right? Don't just come in and go ahead and do this. If you're a new brand and you're just getting set up and you want to start making money, this could be a great tool to just get going live. But I wouldn't just rely on that, right? I would hire an expert, or I would work with somebody who knows email marketing and retention strategies, and then get them to do A/B tests with other software like Klaviyo that are proven and have been working for years over years over years, and so that you're maximizing for the best output and performance and ROI. Okay. So just to give you a snapshot of the ROI that I was talking about, one client who has a lot of traffic generated $40,000 plus. Compared to Klaviyo right now, it's very close. It's not like a big difference. But again, the main thing here is how many hours this saved, okay? I reckon around 8 to 10 hours, depending on what flow we were creating and how advanced that flow gets, okay? And they can get pretty advanced very quickly. For client B, again, we're close $600, close to $1,000, but all of this took less than 2 minutes to set up, right? So it's like 8 to 10 hours versus what takes 2 minutes to set up. Now, the time savings alone, I believe, justify the investment, but the revenue impact really, it takes AI from a nice to have into an essential tool for email marketing teams. And this is why at Hayes Media, we're not becoming a sole AI agency, but we're using AI as a tool to maximize the impact and results for our clients. And I think if you ignore AI completely, you're missing out on a lot of money, a lot of revenue on the table. Again, this is additional revenue that I'm talking about here, particularly on the campaign side of things, because we already sent out our normal campaigns as is. They were generating revenue as normal. And then on top of that, we generated an extra $22,000 for one of our clients for a campaign that would not have even gone out. And it took me less than 60 seconds to set up. So to me, it makes sense. Again, what it's great for. So I've already gone over this, but here's a little snapshot. Feel free to take a screenshot now, so you can see, is this for you? Is this not for you? I think the top tip that I want to hammer in and hammer home is treat Instant AI and AI tools like Instant as an accelerator and not a replacement. And again, I have a great partnership with Instant. I love what they're building, but I just say as a whole, with AI as a whole right now, I don't believe it's at a point where we should just say, hey, AI, just do everything for us. And that's just my belief. It's also something that we've seen while testing different tools out. And again, it's all in a testing experimental phase right now. And I think, the best results come from combining the speed of AI with human strategy and creativity. And I've already gone with my honest thoughts. The copy feels AI generated. It's kind of a summary there. Perfectly fine for testing. And again, speed does trump perfection when you're validating things, whether it's flows or campaigns. Just get it live, gather the data, and then you can refine later. And using AI right now is typically like having a junior email marketer who just doesn't sleep, doesn't complain, and consistently just delivers baseline performance that you can build on. So yeah, this is my honest thoughts of AI currently, and specifically with Instant AI. Sorry, then lastly, with the key takeaways, AI doesn't replace marketers, it just multiplies them. So yeah, that's been our experience using Instant AI so far. If you're managing multiple brands or you're an agency, and this could seriously cut your setup time in half while still generating additional revenue. If you want us to help you build and optimize these flows for your brand, you can book a free strategy call. We'll show you exactly how we set these up and how to make them perform. And of course, if you found this useful, hit subscribe, because I'm going to be breaking down more real world AI marketing tools next week. And I'll see you there. Take care.